reminded us of some questions we had about you and
Good.
added
That's
some
his
more
job.
of his own.
Good.
And he missed a few, and
That's what he's supposed to do, and maybe I'll remind you something about him.
well, I'm
Okay.
hoping you will. That was, I guess, I've got.
Even though I don't know much about
Yeah,
it, he hadn't spoken to the district yet, and
Okay.
so there's no record to ask him
Yeah.
what his positions are, other than a fairly limited website that.
Yeah, I keep meaning to check out his website, and I hadn't done it yet. Or I think I checked it. I found it just enough to find a phone number for him when I set these up, and I meant to go back.
90% of it are cocktail parties that he's attended,
Yeah, I think that's what I saw when I was looking for the phone
with
number.
everybody sitting around a keg of beer drinking and
Yeah.
talking
I've
about
got,
his campaign, I'm sure.
I've got it bookmarked, but I haven't really looked at it at all.
Yeah, I hadn't gone back, but
A little
anyhow,
story in your
okay.
paper about his father this past
Yeah.
weekend,
Mhm.
and it did mention his name. I was anxious to read to see how much was devoted to Boyd, but it just mentioned his two sons. And
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He so basically, as I'm glad what you just said. We've got sort of the questions we go through, but as much as anything, I'd sort of like to start it off of along those lines. Tell us what we ought to know about him, and tell us why we ought to like you.
as I said, I don't really know why you shouldn't like him. I haven't seen anything yet to tell me what his position is on any issues. No mail has gone to the district other than some invitations to parties that I've gotten phone calls about. So I haven't seen him take a position. He's got a website that, I saw it maybe 2 months ago when somebody told me he had it. It listed a couple of little things. He wanted to help small business, and he was for public school choice, and one other item, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So those are pretty broad topics, so I don't know where he wants to fill in the blanks on those, but until I see some correspondence from him to the district that says why he's running and why he wants to serve, I can't really tell you why you shouldn't, y'all.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me something.
Oh no! I mean, the only
you were going to remind us of some things about him.
Well, the only thing that public education is probably the number one issue that we're facing in the General Assembly right now, and to the best I've been able to determine, he's got a couple of kids that go to private school.
Okay.
My kids went all the way